Welcome back to my channel Official History of Coins. So I was going through some old change the other day, just a little jar I keep on my desk, and I pulled out this coin that honestly, at first glance, looked like nothing. Let's get started. It's a 1973 half dollar, and it's got this kind of dirty, scratched up surface. It's worn, it's got some dark spots, maybe a little bit of that greenish gunk around the edge that you sometimes see on coins that have been sitting around for decades. And it was so easy to just look at it and think, yeah, this is just pocket change, 50 cents, nothing to see here. I almost tossed it back in the jar. But something made me stop and take a second look. And that's what I want to talk about today, because this coin, this ugly little half dollar that looks like it's been through the ringer, can actually be worth way more than you'd ever expect. And I'm not talking about a few bucks, I'm talking about real money, the kind of money that makes you want to go dig through every jar, every drawer, every old coat pocket in your house. So let's take a journey into this coin, because what looks like junk might just be hiding a secret that could put a nice chunk of change in your pocket. Now before we get into the crazy numbers, let's talk about what this coin actually is. The Kennedy half dollar was first minted in 1964, right after President Kennedy's assassination. The country was in mourning, and people wanted something to remember him by, so the mint rushed this design into production. The obverse, that's the front, was designed by Gilroy Roberts, and the reverse, the back with the eagle, was done by Frank Gasparo. And the 1973 D, that D, means it was struck at the Denver Mint. They made over 83 million of these things that year, so they're not exactly rare in the traditional sense, but that's exactly where the surprise comes in. Here's the thing about the 1973 D half dollar. Most of them are just worth face value, 50 cents, maybe a little more if they're in really nice shape. But this is a big, but there are certain versions of this coin that can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. And the key is all in the details, the tiny little things that most people would never even notice. For example, there's a known variety called the double die obverse, where you can see a doubling in the lettering or the date on the front of the coin. And if you have one of those, especially in uncirculated condition, we're talking about serious value. The PCGS auction price records show that a 1973 D half dollar in MS67 condition sold for around $1,704. But that's just the beginning. Let's talk about what this coin can really be worth depending on its condition and whether it has any errors. A standard circulated 1973 D half dollar might only get you 60 to 75 cents. But if you have one that's in really great shape, say MS65 or MS66, the value starts to climb. An MS65 example might be worth around $850 or so, but when you get into MS66 and MS67, that's where the numbers start to get exciting. We're talking $1,300, maybe $2,100 for the right coin. And if you have a true gem, something that's nearly flawless, the value can jump to $3,400 or even more. There are even auction records of these coins selling for as much as $4,700 or more, depending on the exact variety and condition. So that dirty little coin in your hand could be worth a whole lot more than 50 cents. Now, how do you actually check if your coin has any of this value? First, you want to look at the mint mark, that little D right under Kennedy's neck on the obverse. Make sure it's actually there and that it's clear. Then you want to look at the date and the lettering. If you see any doubling, any extra thickness or shadowing in the letters, that could be the double die variety. You also want to check the overall condition. Is the coin scratched up? Is it worn down? Or does it still have that original mint luster, that shiny cartwheel effect that you see on uncirculated coins? The better the condition, the higher the potential value. And don't forget to check the edge of the coin. It should have 150 reeds, those little ridges around the side. If something looks off, if the edge is smooth or weird, that could be a sign of an error. And here's the most important thing I can tell you, and I cannot stress this enough. Do not clean your coin. I know it's tempting, especially if it's dirty or grimy, but cleaning a coin is the fastest way to destroy its value. Collectors want coins with their original surfaces, even if they're a little dirty. When you clean a coin, you leave tiny scratches, you strip away the natural patina, and you basically turn a potentially valuable coin into a 50-cent piece. So if you find a 1973 half dollar and you think it might be worth something, leave it exactly as it is. Put it in a soft holder, don't rub it, don't dip it in anything, just keep it safe and get it to a professional. So the bottom line is this: that ugly, scratched-up, dirty half dollar that looks like it's been through a washing machine and then left in a car for 20 years, it might just be your ticket to a nice little payday. It's a reminder that value isn't always obvious, and that sometimes the things we overlook are the things that end up being the most surprising. So next time you're sorting through your change, take a second look. You never know what you might find. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like and subscribe, and maybe go check that old change jar. You might just have a little treasure hiding in plain sight. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Next coin, the 1974 Kennedy half dollar, is one of the most fascinating coins ever produced by the United States Mint. Bearing the portrait of President John F. Kennedy, this historic coin continues to attract collectors and treasure hunters from around the world. Minted in Denver and identified by the D Mint mark, the 1974 half dollar represents an important chapter in American coin history. Millions were struck, yet collectors constantly search through old collections, hoping to discover exceptional examples worth significant amounts of money. The coin was created to honor President John F. Kennedy, whose legacy remains deeply connected to American history. Every detail on this coin reflects a period when the nation wanted to preserve the memory of one of its most influential leaders. On the obverse side, Kennedy's portrait stands proudly with remarkable detail. The word liberty surrounds the design, while the date 1974 marks the year of production. This classic appearance has made the coin popular among generations of collectors. The reverse side features the majestic presidential seal. The eagle, shield, olive branch, and arrows symbolize strength, peace, and national unity. These details give the coin a powerful visual appeal that continues to impress collectors. Many people unknowingly keep Kennedy half dollars in jars, drawers, and old family collections. Some examples remain hidden for decades before being rediscovered, creating excitement among coin enthusiasts. Collectors often pay special attention to coins with outstanding preservation. A 1974 Kennedy half dollar displaying brilliant luster, sharp details, and minimal handling can command impressive premiums compared to ordinary examples. Professional grading plays a major role in determining value. Coins that receive exceptionally high grades can become highly desirable and attract strong bidding from advanced collectors. Today, examples found in average circulated condition can still generate interest among collectors. However, pristine specimens with exceptional eye appeal are the coins that often attract the highest attention. The future of the 1974 Kennedy half dollar remains exciting. As more collectors enter the hobby and search for historic American coins, demand for quality examples may continue to grow over time. Many collectors believe that preserving high-grade examples today could prove rewarding in the years ahead. The combination of history, design, and collector demand helps keep interest in this coin alive. Auction records have shown that extraordinary examples can achieve remarkable prices. Coins certified in elite condition have been known to sell for hundreds, and sometimes even thousands of dollars when collectors compete aggressively. Some specialists search for coins with exceptional strike quality, strong mint luster, and nearly flawless surfaces. These features can dramatically increase desirability in the collector market. One reason collectors enjoy the 1974 Kennedy half dollar is its connection to American history. Every coin serves as a miniature historical artifact that has traveled through decades of commerce and ownership. Finding a well-preserved example can feel like discovering a hidden treasure. Many collectors spend years searching for coins that stand out from ordinary specimens. Current market values vary according to condition, rarity within specific grades, and overall collector demand. Premium examples often receive much stronger offers than standard pieces. In the highest certified grades, some examples have achieved prices exceeding $1,000, while elite specimens with extraordinary preservation have attracted even greater attention from serious collectors. Looking into the future, some enthusiasts believe that exceptional examples could continue appreciating as top-quality coins become harder to locate. Scarcity at the highest grades often creates strong competition among collectors. The historical significance of the Kennedy Half Dollar series ensures lasting interest. Each generation discovers these coins and develops a deeper appreciation for their story and craftsmanship. Collectors frequently recommend examining every Kennedy Half Dollar carefully because small differences in condition can create major differences in value. A seemingly ordinary coin could become a standout collectible when preserved exceptionally well. The 1974 Kennedy Half Dollar remains a coin that inspires curiosity, excitement, and the thrill of discovery. Whether found in an old collection or purchased from a dealer, it continues to capture the attention of people who dream of uncovering valuable coins. As the years pass, interest in historic American coinage is expected to remain strong. For that reason, the 1974 Kennedy Half Dollar continues to be viewed by many collectors as an important and potentially rewarding coin to own, making every discovery an exciting moment for treasure hunters around the world. Second coin, the 1776 1976 Bicentennial Kennedy Half Dollar. Just saying that name, it sounds like history, doesn't it? It sounds like freedom, like the very spirit of America stamped right into a piece of metal. This isn't just a coin. This is a piece of Americana, a tangible connection to the 200th birthday of the United States. And the big question on everyone's mind today, the question that's got the whole coin collecting world buzzing, is exactly what you're asking. How many people want to buy it? What's it worth right now? And is this coin a hidden treasure or just pocket change? We are going to answer all of that and more. We're going to dive deep into the history, the value, and the incredible potential of this coin. And by the end of this, you are going to see this half dollar in a completely new light. First, let's talk about the history, because that is what gives this coin its soul. This coin was not just minted, it was born out of a national celebration. In the early 1970s, the United States was gearing up for its bicentennial, the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. It was a time of great patriotic fervor, and the nation wanted to commemorate this milestone in a special way. The decision was made to redesign the reverse of the Washington quarter, the Kennedy half dollar, and the Eisenhower dollar with special designs emblematic of the bicentennial of the American Revolution. This wasn't just a bureaucratic decision, it was a national event in itself. The U.S. Mint held a public competition to find the perfect design, a rare moment of civic engagement in American coinage. A man named Seth G. Huntington submitted a powerful, detailed front view of Independence Hall in Philadelphia, the very building where the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution were signed, and it won. To highlight this, the reverse of the coin boldly features the inscription, 200 Years of Freedom. The original obverse, featuring the striking portrait of President John F. Kennedy by Gilroy Roberts, was kept, but the date was changed to the iconic dual dating, 1776-1976. Now here's where it gets interesting. The coin was struck over 2 years, 1975 and 1976, but all of them bear the dual date. Production was massive, with over 521 million bicentennial Kennedy half dollars struck across the mints in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The public loved them. They were an immediate hit. When they were first released on July 7, 1975, the demand was so overwhelming that it quickly outstripped previous years. Millions of Americans, caught up in the bicentennial spirit, saved these coins as souvenirs rather than spending them. This is the very reason why you can still find them today, and why we need to understand what makes one valuable and another just a piece of history. So how many people want to buy it? The answer is a lot. The demand is massive, and it's growing every single day. You have to understand the sheer scale of the collector base for this coin. Every serious collector assembling a complete set of Kennedy half dollars must acquire this specific bicentennial reverse to maintain continuity. That alone creates a massive, built-in demand. But it's not just the hardcore numismatists. The bicentennial Kennedy half dollar is considered a quintessential American modern coin. It's a piece of American history that resonates with people on a deep, patriotic level. The dual date, the one-year-only reverse, the story behind it, all of these factors combine to make it a market mainstay for casual and advanced collectors alike. This coin has a universal appeal that few other modern coins can match. Now let's get down to the real question. What is its current value? Is its value really high or low? This is where things get truly exciting. If you look at the coin in your pocket, the one that's been passed around for decades, the value is quite low. In circulated condition, the 1976 Bicentennial half dollar is extremely common and is generally only worth its face value of 50 cents. That's the simple, disappointing truth for most people. But that is not the whole story. That is not even close to the whole story. The value of this coin is not a single number. It's a massive spectrum that ranges from 50 cents all the way up to thousands of dollars. It all depends on three critical factors: the composition, the condition, and the eras. First, composition. The coins struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints for circulation are made of copper-nickel clad, and they are the most common. But the San Francisco Mint produced proof versions, and a small number of these proof bicentennial half dollars were minted in 40% silver. A 1976 S silver proof, graded a perfect PF70 by PCGS, has sold at auction for $268.40. And the average price for a PF70 Ultra Cameo is around $197.72. Just the silver melt value alone for these coins is about $11.15. So right out of the gate, the silver versions are worth more. But the real money, the life-changing money, is in the condition and the eras. This is where your jaw is going to drop. The grading curve for bicentennial halves is famously steep. Most examples that were saved show bag marks or dull luster. Higher-grade examples are therefore conditional rarities. A flawless, high-grade example in MS67 can sell for $480 to $1,080. A PCGS MS67 Plus example sold for $2,585 at a heritage auction. And get this, a 1976 D-clad half-dollar graded MS67 Plus sold at Great Collections for $1,293.75. But we are just getting started. The true treasures are the era coins. Hidden within that enormous mintage are planchet mix-ups and die varieties that are worth a fortune. A 1976 D Bicentennial half dollar that was mistakenly struck on a quarter planchet sold for $3,105. But the absolute pinnacle, the one that makes collectors' hearts race, is the 1976 D struck on a silver planchet. This incredible era coin has been valued between $5,000 and $10,000 and has sold for as much as $8,400. So we've established that the value can be incredibly high. But let's talk about the maximum prize. I want to show you the absolute ceiling for this coin. We've seen era coins sell for over $8,000. But what about a perfect coin? What about a coin that is not just an era, but is also in pristine, flawless condition? The Gray Sheet, a professional coin pricing guide, lists the CPG-registered values for the Kennedy Halves series as ranging between 50 cents and a staggering $8,000. Now, think about that. A coin that you could find in your pocket change, a coin that was minted by the hundreds of millions, can be worth $8,000. That is an incredible return on a 50-cent investment. One of the finest known examples of the bicentennial half dollar, certified by PCGS as MS67 Plus, was listed with a starting bid of $3,900. And to date, PCGS has certified only 3 examples in MS67 Plus. That is the definition of rarity. That is the maximum prize. This isn't just a coin, it's a potential windfall. It's a treasure hunt that could be hiding in your own home. Now let me address why this coin's value might seem to be going up and down, and why it is so important to you. Many people think that because it's modern, it can't be valuable. They think that only ancient coins from Rome or Greece are worth money. That is a massive misconception. A 1971 Kennedy half dollar in uncirculated condition has been known to fetch up to $3,100. If a regular 1971 half dollar can be worth that much, imagine what a perfectly preserved bicentennial coin, a coin celebrating the very founding of our country, could be worth. The public demand for the bicentennial coin was overwhelming, and while most are common, a select group of rare varieties has emerged as highly desirable collector treasures, with values steadily rising over time. This is a market that is alive and growing. Experts even note that there are still undiscovered die varieties and errors waiting to be found. That means the next great discovery, the next $8,400 coin, could be sitting in your collection right now. We've covered the history, the demand, and the incredible value, but let me leave you with this final, powerful thought. The bicentennial Kennedy half dollar is more than a piece of currency. It is a symbol of 200 years of freedom, a testament to the enduring spirit of the American people. It connects us to the signing of the Declaration of Independence and the men who founded this nation. It is a piece of history you can hold in your hand. And the most beautiful part is that its story isn't over yet. As time goes on, these coins will only become rarer. The flawless examples will become harder to find, and the value of the ones that are discovered will only go up. This is not just a coin to be spent, it is a treasure to be cherished and a legacy to be passed down. Check your pockets, look in your old coin jars, search your grandparents' attic. You might just be holding a piece of history worth thousands of dollars. This is the 1776-1976 Bicentennial Kennedy half dollar. It is a symbol of our past, a treasure in the present, and an investment in the future.